Nicole. What I want to do is I want to label, we're kind of jumping back and forth, I guess, between these two pages. I want to go down these now on this page, and I want to know, are these variable or fixed? Variable or fixed costs. So Nicole, direct materials. Do you think direct materials are variable or fixed? Variable. Why?
Because they change depending on how much you make.
Yes, they are variable. The total cost changes based on the amount you make. And remember this cloth for the shirt? Which of these cost categories is the cloth for the shirt? Direct materials. And I used it when defining what word? Variable costs. Very good. Very, very good. So this is these are variable, okay? Those costs are variable. Sarah, B. Direct labor, variable or fixed?
Variable.
It is variable. And I recognize, for those of you who want to be really technical, that in a union environment, are those wages variable? No. No, they're not. So in real life is much more complicated than what our textbooks assume. But here what we're trying to communicate are just kind of concepts, if you will, some kind of root core concepts. And so, and this is just universal across all cost and managerial accounting books. Variable cost, or direct labor is considered variable. Direct laborers are assumed to be paid wages, okay? Wages being hourly wages. So direct laborers are assumed to be paid hourly wages, and their labor costs are assumed to be variable, which means in theory they'd have to be, to be truly variable, they'd have to be basically hireable and fireable literally after an hour's work. After an hour's work, before an hour's work. Think depression when they went you, and you. You're going to work for us today. And then they went through the process, day two. So incredibly simplistic, I recognize that, but that's how my tests will be structured and written, and that's really actually how CPA and CMA exams are also structured and written with that sort of an assumption. And so, instead of wages, what word would we use to describe fixed costs? Because wages will always mean variable cost. Salaries, okay? Salaries will be a fixed cost, salaries. Who in an organization is paid salaries? Foremen, supervisors. Yes, sir?
My name's Matt. You don't have a card for me, but
Well,
I'll tell you if you can call me if you need to.
well, we need to get, Matt who? Matt, who are you? Who are you? Thank you for telling me, by the way. But what's your last name?
Montgomery?
Now we got 6 Mucks.
No, not me.
Not Munt. Okay. Munt. M-O-N-T.
Yeah.
G-O-M-E-R-Y. And you're Matt?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for saying something. I neglected to ask, is there anyone else? You didn't come see me.
I got here late. I didn't want to talk to you. You were so busy.
What was I doing?
You were talking to him, berating him. Talking to him.
Can you help him fill out the card? Name, fill it out like this. Name, email, major, job after graduation, dream job, something unique about himself. 6 pieces of information. Thank you, though, sir. We'll get to you. As soon as you get me that card back, I'll be calling on you. Well, where was I? Salaries, examples. Matt, you were going to give us an example of a salary, I thought.
Yeah.
What?
Everyone mostly makes more than you, all the higher-ups, all your bosses.
All the bosses, administrators. Administrators. Who here is going to be, who wants to be an accountant when you grow up? You people will all be paid salaries. Who all is going to go into sales when they grow up? Some of you will wind up going into sales because those tend to be intro-level marketing sorts of jobs. You very possibly could wind up with at least part of your salary being variable, commission-based. Okay? Very good, very good, very good. So now let's we're kind of jumping a little bit back and forth between this and this. Let's go back here and finish this off. Manufacturing overhead. JJ, variable or fixed, sir? Fixed! What are you thinking about? What kind of costs are you thinking about when you say that?
Like rent or stuff like that.
Exactly right. Fixed, and for like rent on the factory or depreciation on the factory. However, can anybody think of something that's variable? Rebecca Carr? Electricity. So the short answer was actually, manufacturing overhead, is it variable or fixed? The short answer is yes. It's both. It can be both, depending upon, we can have either sort of cost in there, variable or fixed. Okay? Whew, how are we doing? Is this a lot? Not too bad? Kind of bad? Not so bad. Okay. Where's Rebecca? How are you? Okay? How are you? Fine? Good. Let's think of some examples here. And what I want to do is, let's place them in this box. Okay? Let's place them in this box. So if I say beef on a McDonald's hamburger, assuming, of course, that brown stuff in the middle is beef. Beef on a McDonald's hamburger, which box does it go into? Variable product, precisely correct. Variable product, precisely correct. Evan, depreciation expense on the grill used to cook that McDonald's hamburger. Which box does that go into?
Fixed period.
It'd be fixed.
Okay, that'd be fixed product.
Fixed product. Why is it a product cost?
It's used in
Yeah, you mean, does a burger get cooked without, say, a grill? No. So I mean, it's kind of a useful part of the production process. Very good.